Is it possible to manage alcohol use without complete sobriety?
I think the short answer from a clinician standpoint would be it's best not to consider that option. I think, complete sobriety definitely is more the gold standard, so to say. However, each person is unique.
Mm-hmm.
And based on each person's circumstance, it really would be something you should discuss with your clinician, assess the risks and benefits. At the end of the day, every decision you make about your health is a balance of risks and benefits. You're the one in the driver's seat. You make the decision. We're here to collaborate and support and provide our expertise.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, we would work with the person given what their goals are. I do believe very, very strongly in the concept of harm reduction.
Mm-hmm.
And so if that's the best, a person can do or is willing to do or is willing to achieve, we'd work with that.
Let's define harm reduction.
Harm reduction is anything that helps make it that the impact of, in this case, substance use disorders or the addictive behavior is minimized. So harm reduction can be things like needle exchanges. So if somebody's using intravenous drugs, injecting themselves, harm reduction can be supplying clean needles so that they're not getting infection, which can lead to heart disease, HIV, other conditions, so sepsis. So we're trying to make it that it's less harmful. It may be creating things called wet houses, where when people are intoxicated or have used, they can come and sleep so they're not unhoused and at risk from the weather conditions outside. Harm reduction can be working with somebody to create a plan where they don't get fully sober or stop using the substance entirely and use lesser amounts.
Mm-hmm. And to the people watching or listening saying, that's not getting better. What the hell? They're not stopping. How do you respond to that?
Harm reduction is important because it helps us meet the person where they're at today. It keeps them engaged. You're still having the dialogue. And as long as we're still talking, there's hope. And anytime you are able to keep the door open, keep the conversation going, there's greater hope.